I love Kalihi vlogs. One thing great about living in Kalihi is we're 5 minutes away from everything great. Like today we are visiting the Hawaii State Museum. Look at this gorgeous building behind me.
Upstairs we see a lot of native, non-native collaboration. This is a much more contemporary publication, Tropic Zine. So instead of focusing on that native, non-native binary, they focus instead on the queerness and inclusion of all the different kinds of communities here in Hawaii, such as like the Filipino immigrant community, the Japanese immigrant community. This is their second edition, Arroz Caldo, which is specifically oriented towards the Filipino community here in Hawaii. So you see they kind of let everyone play and enjoy here. Awesome. But also with that, still with that strong progressive messaging, anti-nationalism. Here we have huli, upside down. This protest sign was used by our curator, Drew Kahuaina Broderick, when he goes to protest. So you see how relevant these words still are. A bunch of other folks. And then we see here some of our lovely, I'll point these guys out. Here's Josh Tengon, my favorite. He curates some shows over here sometimes. And he does the tours here on Wednesdays. He's now the assistant director of Hawaii Contemporary. Fantastic guy. Oh, and there's Nicole. There's Bush, Nicole, whatever you want to call them. That's what they look like. Oh. Yeah, that's the person who took this photograph and also created that video we see.
Oh, okay.
Super. If you guys are on Instagram, if you know the person, Bush on Instagram, that's them. They're like super, like a micro celebrity almost.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we have, here is our curator who unfortunately could not make it today. That's what he looks like. That's Drew Kahuaina Broderick. And that's him wearing this super overdone aloha shirt. Like aloha on aloha on aloha. Super gorgeous. And then also I love this photograph in general. It's this one. The militarist image, diamond head.
Oh, it's a photograph?
Yeah, it's like a really beautifully constructed photograph.
Oh, got it.
Like the props are gorgeous.
Whoa, that is really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's called like tropical vitamin C or something. Something like that along those lines. It's great. Yeah, so that's a little bit more about these pieces right here. This can be a little confusing for some folks. They just kind of see books and walk by.
Yeah.
But there is meaning behind it. It's very weird. Like there's a lot of weird stuff going on. And that's kind of the point, the weirdness. The just trying new things.
Yeah.
Another thing this publication did is incorporate the internet age into it. So there's some parts that like they ask the audiences for input and they publish the audience answers on the page when they input their answers.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that one, Instagram.
Yeah.
The comments.
Yeah.
This video is so interesting. It's like a flying musubi and that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, the bus, like that's the beauty I think with Nico's work is that I don't think you're supposed to understand it. I think it's only for them to understand and us to look at and like be like, what? Piece together pieces of the meaning that they're hiding from us. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little more about these parts. This whole organization also run by Marika Emi, who runs Aupuni Space in Kaka'ako, another fantastic contemporary art space, one of the only real contemporary art spaces we have here in Hawaii. And they're fantastic. They are so lovely. I love them. So if there's any other contemporary galleries that you want to visit, I'd recommend that one, right next to the Salt at Kaka'ako.
Salt, yeah.
All right, and also the bunny. So the bunny's from Japan. This is called Somehow I Don't Feel Comfortable. It's a Japanese artist. You guys can feel free to walk in if you'd like.
Yeah, I've done one selfie already. It is.
So sometimes this bunny's hunched over. Sometimes there's two.
Oh, really?
bunnies.
You can move it?
Or you can move it like this. But just it's shown up in many different countries.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So the theme of this piece is thinking about kawaii culture in Japan. Yeah. So
how they see us.
How they see women.
Hawaii.
Also Hawaii to some level.
Okay.
But in general, how they view women, like they have all the media, the culture, the anime, that creates this kind of quiet image of a woman. It's quiet, respectful, childlike, almost a little dumb, and just obedient of the man.
Yeah.
And how that creates these standards for women in Japan and also here. and that they don't really fit with those standards, you know? Women are more complex than basically a little child that follows the man.
Yeah.
Which is why this person feels uncomfortable. And if you hear closely, typically there's supposed to be like a gentle humming, just adding to the discomfort of the piece. And that's the artist. She like sat there with a bunny and stared at it and just hummed into a microphone and recorded it. Yeah, kind of creepy. Yeah.
But that's a smart display because you can always deflate it and bring them to another place.
Yep. That's the beauty of it. It's super cheap to move around.
Yeah.
Or this site was the original location of the first Hawaiian hotel. The first hotel in the Hawaiian Islands in the 1880s. So this was the first Royal Hawaiian Hotel that later moved to Waikiki. That was the second location. But that happened because this hotel was consumed by termites from its wood base.
So it used to be wood.
And so the termites got to it. They loved the humid wood. So then after that, it was torn down and reconstructed into a military YMCA in the 1920s, which it was that for a long time, which is why you see if you go down this area, like through that door, which I guess is up.
Yeah, I went outside.
Yeah, there's signs that say like men's locker room, women's locker room. There's a pool outside. And you
So that pool thing used to be a real pool.
Used to be a real pool.
I see.
And then the shape of this place, you see it's like a U, and there's like a bridge over there that used to connect the indoor track for the YMCA.
Nice.
And so they had other things like if you're a soldier here, you could spend like $5 and get a room on the roof or something. Like it's
nice.
A lot of like, people trying to get a place to sleep for the night.
Yeah.
Specifically soldiers. And then after that, it was purchased by the Hemmeter Corporation, to which Mr. Hemmeter really wanted to boost up this building as #1 capital district. So he spent a lot of money and tried really hard to make this address #1 capital district, which is why it says #1 capital district in front of the building. But he was unsuccessful. The government was like, no, we're not giving, why would we change the address system to make you happy? And so it remained 250 South Hotel Street, which is what it is today, 250 South Hotel Street.
But you keep the
But that thing is like,
signage.
it's like in there. You don't want to get it out, It's historic now. But after the Hemmeter Corporation was purchased by the state of Hawaii in the early 2000s, who reconstructed it, or who repurposed
That's when
it
I
into
remember.
the,
I
into
think
the
that
Hawaii
was
State Art
under the
Museum.
Cayetano.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, when he was governor.
But yeah, before it was purchased by that private company, it was only the first 2 levels. So if you go outside, you'll see where the original building stops and where the additions continue on.
Okay, I didn't realize there's an add-on to it.
Yeah. Here.
So when was the final, or when did it reopen as the museum?
I want to say 2007, but also don't quote me on that. So here's the first Royal Hawaiian Hotel.
Nice.
That's what it looked like
It's
back in the day.
beautiful.
So gorgeous.
As it is. So it used to be a staircase,
Staircase right
to
there.
that second floor. So it's closed now.
Oh, I guess it wasn't.
Right?
This is YMCA era. Interesting.
So it opens in the front.
Yeah, open the
And there's a seal on top.
Yeah, that's seal.
Is that the Royal Hawaiian seal then? Okay.
And then here, the early thing.
Yeah, I see.
And you see how high it extends in the back. Like in the back, there's the extra additions. If we go over here, if you want to see outside. Look, they're setting up a jazz concert for the night.
Ooh.
6 p.m. If you're interested in it.
Yeah. We're thinking about it. We might.
Yeah. I'm in it always for the Thai food, honestly. Their coconut chicken curry is so good.
Oh.
But
I
yeah.
must say this is the best design for, maintenance. I mean, from a real pool to
Yeah.
a pool-looking thing that.
Easy to clean up.
Exactly.
And it's great when we have like concerts because people start dancing in the pool. It's so sweet. Everyone sits over here in the bubbles.
Yeah.
So you see where the new additions come from. The pink is the original. And then the white is extras.
Okay. I get it. There's the pool.
There's the pool. That's what it looked like back in the day. A lot of people still come here, remember?
Yeah, so the stairs are still the same. I went up there earlier.
It's
Hawaii.
It's a gorgeous historic building.
Yes.
But yeah, that's really now the end of the tour. I have nothing else to say. Besides, like, that piece is cool.
Yeah, what is that
That's
representative
Sakura
of?
Abe. So that is a mango tree, a root ball upside down. And it has, if you see those like little fork character feature things,
Those are like the roots.
those are kind of like the roots, but also that specific motif. If you ever see those out and about, that's how you know it's a Sakura Abe.
It's the same
Those like weird
artist.
tuning fork things.
I see.
He also made those like metal panels you see along the pool in the pool area.
I saw those.
Yeah.
Those are pretty.
No, they are pretty. And
Yeah.
you see these symbols all over them too. That's a
Where are the
Sakura
other
Abe.
installation of this
He has all over. He has one in front of the First Hawaiian Bank over here on King Street. That like a tree one with the water and everything.
Yeah.
That's also Sakura Abe. He has super.
Is he still around?
I think so. He's one of the most famous artists in Hawaii, one of the most high-paid artists in Hawaii. So he was famous for going. He lived in New York for a time during the era of abstract expressionism. And so he was working as a janitor at the Museum of Modern Art.
Wow.
He saw all these things and he came back to Hawaii bringing all those ideas with him and making all these crazy. He was also part of the 442nd Regiment of World War II, the Japanese Americans who fought in World War II. So a lot of them went to Europe, and then when the war was over, they decided, why don't we stay in Europe and use our GI Bill to pay for art school in Florence. That's what they
one of
did.
them.
Yeah, super smart.
Guy.
The last time I vlogged about arts in Kalihi, I learned a few things about visual arts.
What is the role of visual arts in a society? Visual art is for cultural preservation. So it's for expression and inspiration. It's for social and political activism. Art can be a form of historical interpretation.
And the Hawai'i Triennial 2022 Pacific Century E Ho'oma'u no Moananuiakea visual arts beautifully illustrated and represented those identified roles.